I'm in Lucindale, which is just across the South Australian border. It's a beautiful area. This is cattle country. This is where they grow some of the best grass-fed beef in Australia. They also grow some of the best grapes, which they use for wine. Behind me is Rowan, Sue and Mandy, the Giles family. And what they've done is invited me to cook for them on their station. Now, they're going to look after the fire while I prepare some of this beautiful beef. Now, what I'm going to use is some tenderloin, some eye fillet, which is the most tender part of the steak. And that will be fantastic for a stir fry. Now what I'm going to do is just carefully remove the sinew. You don't want that sinew there. That's the only chewy part on the tenderloin. I'll put that aside there. Now what I'm going to do is cut my fillet steak through the middle here like this, and I'm going to cut it into thin little strips. What you want is thin little strips that cook really, really quickly and stay nice and tender. And the idea of doing a stir fry like this, you can spread a little bit of meat a long way with some nice healthy vegetables. And you can see it's a perfect little strip like that and cook really fast. Now what I'll do is pop this into my bowl here, and I'm going to marinate it. I'm going to put a really simple marinade together. I've got a little bit of rice wine, just a couple of drops of that. That'll give it some sharpness and acidity and make it really tasty. Some soy sauce. You need plenty of soy sauce. And what I'm going to do is put a nice amount in here. This will also become the sauce that's in the pan. A nice splush of sauce there. And of course some pepper just to round it all up. There's plenty of pepper trees around here, and that's where I got the peppercorns for this. Some extra virgin olive oil to make it nice and tasty, because this is going to hit the pan and help that steak seal. Now, whenever we're cooking steak, we always need salt. Salt loves meat, meat loves salt, and this fillet steak that's going to go in my stir fry loves salt as well. Good pinch of salt, a little over the shoulder, and all I need to do is mix that around a little bit to make sure that marinade gets into every single piece of beef. Look at that. This smells great. I would eat it straight out of the bowl here like that. Now, what I'm going to do is take this over to the fire over there. I hope that fire's nice and hot, and I've got my veggies here. I've got some garlic, some ginger, some onion, some peppers, and a few green vegetables, and of course some mushrooms. I'll take it over there, hit it with a hot pan, and I'll put together a beautiful, fast stir fry. I've got the Giles family sitting over here, and I can see by the looks on their faces, they're just foaming at the mouth, wanting to get into this stir fry. Now, what I'm going to do is start my stir fry off, and to do that, I've got a really hot pan, so I'm going to have to work really, really quickly. In goes a nice big splush of extra virgin olive oil. With my chopsticks, I'm going to take the meat out of the bowl and pop it into the pan, and you should hear a sizzle. That's what you want to hear. That's going to get the meat cooking nice and quickly. So in it goes, like that. Now, while that's cooking, I'm also going to throw in some ginger and some onions and just let that stir around. I tell you what, campfire cooking is a lot of fun, but you've got to be fast because this is really, really hot. In goes the garlic and the ginger, and I'll just stir that around with my lovely chopsticks. Now, if you are cooking over hot coals like this, make sure you've got a tea towel to grab the handle. The last thing you want to do is burn yourself. And with my chopsticks, I just stir that around. Now, this is the stage I can start adding my vegetables in here, because you need to have plenty of veggies, don't you? Now, in goes some mushrooms, some shiitake mushrooms, some peppers go in there as well, and some green vegetables that came from the garden. In they go. And of course, some herbs. I've got some coriander, which we got from the garden. I'm going to throw that in as well. Now, all I need to do is add these sesame seeds, a little bit of soy sauce for some flavour, a little bit of the marinade goes in there, and I reckon in a minute or so, you guys will be eating the best stir fry in the world. Here you go, guys. Look at that. Let me just put that out onto there with my chopsticks. Looks fantastic. The correct answer is it's delicious, but I'll let you guys make up your own mind. There we go.